Let's start the recording, and welcome back to YouTube audience for what will be CLG FC episode 236. I think we typically call them, is it gherkins when we see them? Cornichon? Nice. Okay. So, I don't know. I actually don't know. I always ask because I want to know. You know what I mean? It's never because of anything else. I want to know. Um, so right, cool. Think but welcome back to the YouTube audience. We've got the big game. North Walkden is the big game. The big game. We go 5 clear if we beat them. In the rundown to the rest of the season, obviously. We still have a few ways to go. That was now the league record for goals in a match. We broke it by 1. Apply advice here. Alex Trafford, he's not really going anywhere. We've guaranteed ourselves at least the top half finish. So the team is on course to win. However, we still only expect the team to end up. Okay. Cool. Respond. Closer, best team we can be. Cool. Thank you. Right. So the league itself has 10 games left. And we've got North Walkden, which if we win, we go 5 clear. And then we've got a bunch of the mid-table / relegation candidates. The Cross Hills games is going to be a little bit tricky. You know, they're a good side. And then really, we're not playing anybody outside of Cross Hills. The only teams in the top half we're going to be playing in the rest of the season after North Walkden is Cross Hills, Almondbury Woolpack, and then it's the game against Bradley. So the season set itself up pretty well for us. So pickled onions are so much better than pickled cucumber. It's not even funny. I like pickled cucumbers better. I just like pickles better. I assume you're talking pickled red onion here, Gouder. I'm not big on onions. I actually don't like onions. I don't like them. I just don't like eating them. I don't like the texture of them. It just doesn't do it for me. Um, so I like what they can do when they're sautéed into a dish. Like if you have a cheesesteak and you have steak in general and you saute, you cook them with the onions. It gives the steak a better flavor. But I would usually just cook it with it and then separate the onions and then uh, you know, take the meat out of the pan or something like that. It feels like it threw up on itself sometimes. I'm not big on onions, man. I don't like them. So it's just one of those foods I've had 5 different ways and I've not enjoyed it. You know what I mean? So sometimes you do that. You give a food a go, you try it, and it isn't your thing. Bradley over Cross Hills. Thompson's second-minute goal gave Cross Hills the early advantage, but then Campbell in the 57th minute leveled it for Bradley. Hazeldine then put Cross Hills back ahead with a 66-minute penalty. Lewison 2 minutes later, though, leveled it again for Bradley. He actually put them in front in the 87th, and Mason a minute later shut the door to make it 4-2. So Bradley are going to keep pace. They are 6 back from us. Everybody in this league is pretty much on the same number of games now, except for Bickerstaff and Sutton reserves. But the win will keep Bradley in 3rd, and Cross Hills are going to remain in 5th on goal difference. So sushi's the same way. Yeah, I tried to love sushi, especially as I was going for a Japanese degree. I couldn't do it. I'm the same way. I tried sushi and I hated it. Hated it, right? And I didn't try it for years. I can't figure out if I need to have a second dinner. All this talk about food's probably going to make you need one. To be fair, David. Although they call the first dinner in the UK, I think, tea. And then they have dinner, or I might have gotten that reversed. But anyway, um, what do you call it? I I've tried tea as a beverage. I agree with you. I agree with you. Weekly staff meeting. So, but I also know it's the name of a mealtime over there in the UK. Mossman Games. What's going on? Um, guys, give the great Mossman Games a follow. He is a Spurs fan who was going through. He's doing a custom club as well. He's actually got him to the Prem already. Here's a clip of his channel. Um, and yeah. So won it last night too. Let's go, Mossman. I was at the football last night, and sorry I couldn't swing by. I could also do another handful of cookies. You know what? When I was making my coffee in the other room, I felt the same way. Yeah. But welcome in, Mossman, man. I hope you're well. But I went in the other room and I was like, I could do for a snack because I haven't really eaten today. And then I'm like, but I don't want chocolate. I've already had a little bit of chocolate, and I'm like, I don't want more chocolate. And then I'm like, well, I have Girl Scout cookies, but they're chocolate. I have granola bar, but it's got chocolate in it. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't really got anything that's not got chocolate in it. I don't know. So I didn't wind up having. I think I wound up having some crackers, and yeah, I had some crackers, and that's when I got on the charcuterie board when we came back. The topic of the charcuterie board. You only need 3 meals a day: lunch, dinner, and an evening meal. I only eat two. I usually, if I have breakfast, I won't eat lunch. If I don't have breakfast, I'll eat lunch. But I usually have breakfast or lunch, and then I have dinner. So I actually only have two. You haven't eaten in 3 days? God damn it, Hinokiri. Man United, let's say we beat them to the Prem title and beat them 5-1 in the FA Cup final. Let's go. Or the EFL Cup final. Got you. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Enoch Dua on loan. Nice. The rest is fluff. We're gonna send. What was it? What was it? Hold on. What was it? We've got a guy. We have got a guy in the under 18s. Is he here? Under 18s? Where is he? There he is. Literally, we got a guy. Lurk, as I have to kill some Zeds. All right, cool. Thank you, Gouda. Appreciate it, brother. We've got a guy. He's literally one small syllable away from his name being Hawktua, which I absolutely hate. So, I mean, look, I mean, it rhymes with it, that's for sure. Whoa, almost knocked off the coffee. So, how's your team doing since I last saw it? So, we are currently top of the league by 2 points. There are 10 games to play. We are playing second place. That's the next match, is second place. So, squad's doing okay. I don't really have anybody hurt. Jack's been suspended for 2 games for yellow card accumulation, so he's not starting. But team's overall doing good. We have a few players who have joined us in the under 20s. Blockbuster's made a player. Ducky's made a player. Matthew Gonzalez has made a player. Crack has made a player. Seraful's made a player. And Switchblade's made a player, right? So we've got 6 players in the under 18s. When you make a player in this save, they go into our under 18s until they turn 19. And then they come into the senior squad once they turn 19. So if you make a player in this save, we're going to stick them in the under 18s. They're going to be usually 16 years of age. We'll stick them in the under 18s, and then they will develop in the under 18s for 3 seasons, and then once they turn 19, they come up to the main team. And that's how we're going to run it. So we have 6 players who are currently doing that down in the under 18s. They are in an under 18 league as well, by the way. So there's that. But that's the squad. We're doing all right. We got the big one now, and it is against North Walkden. So that should be an interesting matchup, I will say. Benny Lou, God, another great FM streamer. One that I'm in an interesting save with right now, actually, where we each take over a club for a season. let's give you a shout out, guys. Lou It Gaming, one of the great FF streamers, doing a Fleetland save. Here he is now. What a clip to pull. That's great. How you doing, Lou? Oh, with a trophy lift as well for Fleetlands. Look at that. Look at that. What a great clip. How are you, man? I am conflicted this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. Um, the Oilers lost Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final last night, which makes me sad because I've been a fan for 19 years. We have made 3 Stanley Cup Finals now, and we've not won any of them. We're still in it, but we're 3-2 down in the series, so we're a game away from elimination now. Game 6 is Tuesday night in Florida. If the Oilers do not win that game, Florida wins the title. If the Oilers win that game, then Game 7 will be Friday night in Edmonton. So I'm really hoping they can do something. But the problem that I have is that we just don't look good enough. Like, we won Game 1 in overtime, and we won Game 4 in overtime, right? We lost Game 2 in double overtime. We lost Game 3 6-1. And the Oilers were nowhere close to winning the game last night. They were I think at one point 3-0 down. They scored to make it 3-1, and then they were 4-1 down, and then they scored to make it 4-2, and then they lost 5-2. So it's one of these ones where like they were never really in the game. So I think Florida just looks like the better team, and it's going to be a third trip to the finals in 19 seasons, and not come away with a trophy in any of them, which is just brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. So, yeah, I don't know where they go from here. The same problem they have had for 10 years has been absolutely dogging them, and that's they have a lack of defense. They don't have enough defense. They don't have a good goalkeeper either. They're lacking in goalkeeping, but they don't have a strong enough defense. And in this series, they can't kill the penalties, and they've taken a lot of them. They're like 14th or 15th out of the 16 teams in a playoff in terms of penalty kills, and they're taking a lot of penalties. So it's like they gotta clean it up. They just have to clean up the penalties. How was the football yesterday? I posted, I think, in your Discord a clip of the goal. We won on literally the last kick of the game. I saw the goal. Yeah, we won on the last kick of the game. So there were 5 minutes of injury time. In the second minute of injury time, one of their players went down with a supposed head injury. I think he was just trying to milk time off the clock, because he actually wasn't hit in the head. He was standing. He didn't leap for a ball. He was standing, and one of our players came forward to challenge for the ball and bumped his back with his chest. So one of our players went forward and he bumped him like this, and his chest went into the player's back, and the player went down holding his head. So obviously the ref has to stop for potential head injury. So I think it was all play acting. And he was just trying to milk the clock because Charlotte's in ninth and we're top. And they're on the road thinking they can pick up a point, you know what I mean, against the best team in the East. And he stayed down for like 2-3 minutes. Proper games. Yeah, so the referee said, you've been down. You have to now go off the sideline, off the field for a head evaluation, right? Because there's a neutral doctor that has to do the head evaluation, right? So the referee ordered him off, and then told the union, like, we're playing to the 99th minute or whatever, or the 98th minute, and then literally with the last kick of the game, Anderson scored to put us back in front 2-1. They kicked off. The referee blew the whistle, went like that to point towards our goal, you know what I mean, on the kickoff. They kicked off, and the moment he kicked the ball, the ref put his hand in the air and then blew for full time. And I was like, oh my God, it was literally the last kick. I was like, we went freaking nuts in the stands. Absolutely nuts. So it was good because we were actually missing a lot of players. Our two main strikers that play up top were both out due to injury, and then our right winger was out due to international duty, and we were without a few other players, I think, due to international duty. So we played a lot of kids, a lot of 18-year-olds and whatnot. So, and we managed to win with them. I think at one point we had about 5 or 6 18-year-olds from the academy on the pitch. So that would have been Raffanello, Anderson, uh, Frankie Westfield, Olehu Makanya. Um, so they were all on the pitch, and they were all uh, uh, from the academy. Chris Donovan, I think, at one point, and Kevin Sullivan. Lou coming in with the sub. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, Lou. You're the best. 5 freaking months, man. Thank you, brother. The support's incredible from you guys. Really, this has been the best. I was a Counter-Strike streamer for 4.5 years, right? And I would say I have had more fun in the last 15 months streaming Football Manager and all the other games I play than I've had streaming Counter-Strike for 4.5 years. So that might break the heart of the people that know me as a Counter-Strike streamer. And I don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun streaming Counter-Strike. I had some great memories from that. But these last 15 months have been unreal, man. Thank you so much to everybody, and thank you, Lou, for the sub. It's super appreciated. Right. Let's get back on track where we were, right? In Central, Matthews in the 60th minute, Steer penalty in this added time at the end of the second half. They run out 2-0 winners over Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff remain in 11th. In Central now up to 7th. Off the back of that, we continue on. Let me mute Firefox audio because I'm going to play music in my ears so my headphones don't die. All good, mate. So when the Counter-Strike stream, when someone redeems unretire. No, I come to derail the stream. Hey, man, I'm going to give you a shout-out, Zig. Guys, another great Football Manager streamer. Give him a follow. It's the Ziggurath. Here's him playing PUBG back in the day. Having to go at some car that's over in the outside the zone. So I do miss playing PUBG at times, but it's so sweaty now. Oh my god. Nice, Zig. Very nice. God, you're collecting FF streamers like Pokemon today? Listen. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm collecting them like Digimon, man. Digimon. I'm collecting them like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Everything I played except Pokemon. Thanks. That was a good kill. That one. Yeah, that was really good, actually. Very nice. Welcome in, Zig. You are actually leading the. You prefer Digimon over Pokemon? No, I don't play either, Mossman. I never played Digimon. I had Pokemon cards back in the day, but I never played Pokemon Red. I never played Pokemon Blue. I never played Pokemon Yellow. I never played Ruby, Sapphire, any of that stuff. I played As Long as I Am Quilava. Nice. I watched the original series because I used to have it on VHS. And I had I have first edition Pokemon cards still to this day. But and I did play them. Yes, I did play the card game when it came out in the 90s. But outside of that, no, I never really. I mean, Pokemon was like okay, but it was never something I really. Outside of the anime, it's never something I really fully got into. The only real games I played in the Pokemon series were Stadium and Stadium 2 and Snap. That was it. So, Zig, you're leading the Vanarama National by 6 points with 10 games to play. So, you just drew Gillingham 1-1, which is not a great point considering they're in the drop. But you beat Dorchester 3-1, so woo, this might actually be the season that you finally do it. You guys have been hanging around for so the history since you became the manager, Zig. You became the manager right around, I think it was one of these two seasons. I think it was this season. So you are still managing there. Yeah, there you are. You have a 50% win rate now. So, which is pretty good. But you you became their manager. You saved them from being relegated by finishing them 16th in the Vanarama North. Then you got them promoted by winning the playoff in the Vanarama North. Then you finished them 18th in the National League, so you avoided relegation your first season. Second season, you got them into the playoff, but they lost in the semifinal. Then you got them in the playoff, and they lost in the final. Then they got them in the playoff again, and you lost in the quarterfinals. And then you got them in the playoff, and you lost in the semifinal again. So now, after 4 straight playoff appearances, you've got them sitting top of the league by 6 points. Are you considered a club legend? You're not. You're not anything yet. So, and yes, you did win the FA Trophy. You won the Isuzu FA Trophy. Um, in just 2 seasons ago. So, have you won them the FA Vase? No, I don't think you were. You wouldn't have been low enough to be in the Vase since you took over. But you did win them the 2031-2032 FA Trophy, which is big. Right. Let's keep moving on. The ads are coming in 10 minutes. We're probably going to run them out before the game, and then we'll go into the game after the ads complete. So. Allow me to refresh this page now. So, but yeah, pretty good, man. I mean, you got them promoted once. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oops. There we go. You got them promoted once, and you got them an FA trophy. That's pretty good. Right. 25-year-old Dominica striker and AMR. I don't even think I'm allowed to sign him, but fuck it. Is currently international with plenty of experience. His bravery and work rate make him a good as English as his second nationality. Poor intelligence on the football pitch. He is at Witchhampton United. What do you guys think? 25. I'm not necessarily in love with him. We don't really need a striker. Non-penalty expected XG is pretty good. Shots are pretty good. Uh, this is for strikers, right? This is all positions. This is strikers. This is attacking midfielders. Nah, he isn't good. I don't think so either. Not if you gave me this. If you gave me this at 18, I would say yes. But I would say looking at him at 25, I would say no. Although he does have 56 caps for Dominica, which is good. He is slow, touch, and has the touch of a donkey. Oh my god. His first touch is 7. His pace is 9. His acceleration's 5. Ugh. Um, right. So, Zig, I actually meant to show you this, by the way. I want to know. I signed this. Lou, Raz, Ducky, and I are playing a save where each of us are taking over for a season, right? And like you said, sure, at 18, sure. And I posted this in David's Discord. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm going to post it here as well in the chat. I signed this player, and I want your opinions on it. I've already made the signing. I'm not asking should I sign him. I've made the signing. But what do you think about him? So, leave Twinkle out to the physio. This is a fucking great song. So, because I think I found a potential diamond in the rough in the Portuguese lower division. Well, actually, not even the lower divisions. He was a free agent. He was a free. I got him on a free. So I'm quite happy about that. Right, we'll do leagues in focus in a moment. I'll probably do it on the 17th. So, no, you. He is okay. His determination will hinder his development. That's my only concern. But I do think if I start him regularly, which I do plan on doing, that he might actually develop into a pretty decent player. Now, I signed him, Zig, and we're in the Portuguese third division. So we're not close to playing the likes of Porto and Sporting and all them. So I think for the Portuguese third division, it's a decent signing. And then if we go up to the second division, uh, I still think he'll be okay. I think the only time he might actually struggle is if we get to the top flight. So, especially since he's 18. So, but he's got a lot of potential. Which is what you might be able to train him for a year or two and then trick someone into signing him for money. That might be the plan as well. Whew, look at this guy, Anthony Baba, 20 years old. Whew, now look at this kid. This kid's something. Look at those physicals. This kid actually looks fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. You talk about determination. You talk about work rate. Personality is a little bit of a problem, but like this kid's fucking crazy sick. Who's he wanted by? Hereford and CK Andover. Is he listed for loan? He's asking to leave and he's out of contract, bruh. What? Come on. He's not interested. That's a shame because this kid looks fucking sick. I don't even need him. It's a community say. I know I don't need him, but like, damn, man. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. That kid looks sick. And he's 20. He's got a ways. Like, he's got years he can develop still. Like, right. 2 days to go. Let's do leagues in focus, shall we? One suggestion: Jack Lemon. He's not selected for the first. Well, he's going to be selected for the first. He's not selected for the first team because he's suspended. So yes, he can actually play in the under. I'm going to make him available for the under 18s. He probably can't play in it, but whatever. Right. Actually, he probably could play in it because we rolled back the ages. So Jack's now only 18 years of age. So yeah, he actually can play in the under 18s. Right. Leagues in focus. Arsenal still top by 10 over Chelsea, who played their 2 games in hand. Bournemouth the third, City fourth. Spurs are down to fifth now. Villa sixth, Sunderland seventh, Newcastle eighth. Look at that right there. Tell me that's not going to add fuel to the already amazing rivalry that those two had. Fighting each other for the final European spot. That's fucking awesome. Only a point between them as well. What? That's incredible. Uh, Newcastle are 8th. Man United are down in 12th. Liverpool are 15th, 7 points above the drop. Palace are 6 above the drop over Brentford. Sheffield Wednesday are 8 adrift in 19th. Sheffield United 9 adrift in 17th. MLS is yet to kick off. They kick off probably next weekend, I'd imagine. Next weekend is the opening weekend. Yes, next weekend is the opening weekend in MLS. So they're about to kick off. Sky Bet Championship. Bristol City now lead the league over West Ham by 2. West Ham 2 points above the playoff places, which include Hull, Fulham, Cardiff, Forest. Swansea is 2 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, QPR is a point above the drop over the Scum. Portsmouth are 2 adrift in 23rd. Blackburn are 17 adrift in 24th. They have 13 to play there. Sky Bet League 1. Derby are top by 14 points over Stoke. Stoke a point above the playoff places, which include Plymouth, Reading, Leyton Orient, Charlton, and Charlton. Newport are outside looking in on goal difference. Bolton are 2 back. At the bottom, come on. Burton Albion have drugged themselves out of the relegation zone by a point over Lincoln City and Wimbledon. South Shields are still 3 adrift in 23rd. Southend are 7 adrift in 24th. Sky Bet League 2, Scunthorpe's return to the Football League is going very well. They are top of the league again by a point over Woking. Walsall are in the final promotion spot by 2 points over Bristol Rovers. Bradford, Cambridge, and Preston. Port Vale are a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Blackpool have managed to pull themselves out of the relegation zone after being bottom for much of the league or of the season. They are a point above the drop alongside York over Notts County. Yeovil are 15 points adrift at the bottom of the Football League. Vanarama Nationals, Macclesfield lead by 6 points over Sutton. Solihull Moors, who have made the 5th round of the FA Cup, mind you. Shrewsbury, Harrogate, Forest Green Rovers, Hereford, Worthing are a point back looking in. At the bottom, Maidenhead have drugged themselves out of the drop. Now, they're a point above it over Gillingham. Gateshead are 4 adrift. I know you can't see it because of my camera, but Gateshead are 4 adrift in 22nd. Northampton are 5 adrift in 23rd. Dorking are 12 adrift in 24th. Vanarama North. Oh, Mackie Macclesfield. Vanarama North. Morecambe are top by goal difference over Fylde, Altrincham, Fleetwood, Accrington, Chester, and now Pex Hill. Marine still a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, AFC Telford 7 above the drop. Southport above the drop only on goal difference over Darlington. Real Bedford's a point adrift of safety in 22nd. Rugby Town are 6 adrift in 23rd. Apley Bridge are 14 adrift in 24th. Vanarama South. AFC Sudbury, top of the league by 5 points over Cray, Mersham, Margate, CK Andover, Bath, and Berkhamsted. Is that Harrow? It's just Harrow. Yeah, Harrow Borough are 2 points adrift. 2 points on the outside looking in, I should say, in 8th. At the bottom, what a scrap for relegation in Vanarama South, by the way. Oxford City, who are in 18th, are only a point above the drop. Wealdstone and Cheltenham are above the drop, both on goal difference over Farnborough. Dover are 4 points adrift in 22nd. St. Albans City are 7 adrift in 23rd. Billericay are 17 adrift at the foot of the Vanarama South. I'm loving it. I bet you are, man. You're top of the Vanarama National League. Finally, the level above us, Northwest Counties League Premier Division. Broughton Amateurs are still top. They have 94 points in 34 games so far. They are 2 above Rochdalians, Hattersley, Barlick Wanderers, and Addingham, who are the playoff races, and then Old Stretfordians are 4 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, is there 2 Withenshaws? Did I see that? There's Withenshaw and Withenshaw Town. Look at that. Right, at the bottom, Sandbach United have pulled themselves out of the drop. They're 2 points above the drop over Prestwich Hayes. Lairds are 6 adrift in 22nd. Highgrove are now 9 adrift in 23rd. Withenshaw are 14 adrift in 24th place. I want to look at the cups really quickly. I don't know if this is a feature you guys enjoy. I always enjoy looking at things like the leagues and how they play out. So I love Leagues in Focus, and I love doing Leagues in Focus. So I'm gonna continue to do it. Right. Fourth round of the FA Cup. Leeds beat Everton 2-1. Man City got by Bolton. West Ham in extra time over Stoke. Forest beat West Brom. Sorry, D. 3-0. Newcastle over Fulham. Arsenal got by Spurs in the fourth round of the FA Cup. Sorry, Moss. Sorry, David. Stockport 3-1 over Oxford United. Villa 3-1 over Carlisle. Burnley 2-1 over Barnsley. Solihull Moors knocked out Hull on pens. Chelsea got by Coventry. Brentford over Southampton. Sunderland knocked out Leicester. Bournemouth over Rotherham. Crystal Palace beats Ipswich. Brighton over Huddersfield. Fifth round of the FA Cup. Leeds City, West Ham Forest, Newcastle Arsenal, Stockport Villa. Burnley's got Solihull Moors. I feel like they could do it again. Chelsea Brentford, Sunderland Bournemouth. Palace have got Brighton. In the Carabao Cup. Let's take it back to the fourth round, shall we? No, let's take it back to the third round. So Fulham got by Middlesbrough on pens. Norwich beat Wrexham. Chelsea down Kidderminster. Liverpool have beaten Scunthorpe United on the return to the Carabao Cup. Bournemouth downs Man United. Burton beat Cardiff on pens. Sunderland knocked out Portsmouth on pens. Sorry, Lou. Arsenal beats Sheffield United. Leicester knocked out Leeds. Southampton over Torquay. Spurs got by Newcastle. That's a good win for Spurs. Villa 4-2 over Brighton. Burnley beat Leyton Orient. Palace on pens over Birmingham. City 2-1 over Everton. Ipswich on pens over Wolves. Fourth round, Fulham over Norwich. Liverpool needed pens to get past Chelsea. Bournemouth 3-0 over Burton. Arsenal knocked out Sunderland. Leicester on pens over Southampton. Villa knocked out Spurs. Sorry, Mossman. Sorry, David. Palace on pens over Burnley. City over Ipswich. In the quarterfinals, Liverpool again on pens, this time over Fulham. Arsenal over Bournemouth. Leicester knocked out Villa on pens. City over Palace. And then look at this shit in the semifinals. Arsenal 5-2 over Liverpool. City beat Leicester 10-1 on aggregate in the semifinals over Leicester. So it'll be City and Arsenal. What a boring Carabao Cup final. City over Arsenal, or I should say City and Arsenal in the FA Cup final. Bristol Street Motors Trophy. This is the EFL Trophy. Is Wickham, Stoke, Scarborough, and Bradford. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Soft pretzel. You got to love it. So that's in the EFL Cup. And the EFL Trophy, let's just go back from the fourth round real quick. Hereford over Chelmsford. Hydrate, thank you very much. Gateshead got by Newport and Isle of Wight. Stevenage knocked out Macclesfield in the fourth round. Sorry, Zig. Maidenhead over Stowbridge. Chester over AFC Fylde. Barnet got by Wisbech. Sittingbourne over Altrincham. Bromley over Nantwich Town. CK Andover's having a good season. They got by Berkhamsted. Worthing over Apley Bridge, who's having a nightmare of a season. Maidstone United on pens over Blythe. Dorchester on pens over Dover. Margate on pens over Fleetwood. Forest Green over Dartford. Hartlepool beat Kingsland Town. Sutton over Marine. You are now just a certain percentage soft pretzel, pretty much. Fifth round, Haverford over Gateshead. Maidenhead beat Stevenage on pens. Barnet won pens over Chester. Sittingbourne on pens over Bromley. Worthing knocked out CK Andover. Maidstone over Dorchester Town. Forest Green Rovers, that's Milk's team, over Margate. Hartlepool have gotten by Sutton United. So the quarterfinals, Hereford, Maidenhead, Barnet, Sittingbourne, Worthing, Maidstone, Forest Green, Hartlepool in the FA Trophy. The FA Vase, we'll take it back from the fourth round again. Wythenshawe Town over Horden Community Welfare. Abbey Mead Rovers over Baslington Town. Epsom and Ewell got by Buckland Athletic. Jersey Bulls beat Berks County. Bradley on pens over Rochdalians. They're having a good season too. That was a tough fixture. Did you lose your shit at that goal last night? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I lost my shit. I actually had my coat in hand because when the ball went out previously, I looked at the clock and I thought we're on 57 minutes. I thought that's full time. And then he gave us another minute and we scored, and I threw my coat down and everything and hugged my dad and all that stuff. I was like, oh my god. It was crazy. Um, North Walsham Town over is that Ironsbury or is that Iansbury? Um, on pens, Burkest Hill beats Witheridge. Chessington and Hook United over South Woodham Ferrers United. Um, Boston Town beat Clifton All Whites. Broughton Amateurs, who have an amazing season, over Old Stretfordians. Chestnut Down over Down Westfield. Tenterden Town over Royal Wootton Bassett. Staffordshire Victoria over Hanley. Dunkirk on pens over Bilston Town. Takeley on pens over Linkfield, and then Horndean over Rochester United. Fifth round, Withenshaw Town over Abbeymead Rovers. Jersey Bills on pens over Epsom and Ewell. Bradley beat North Walsham Town. Burkest Hill on pens over Chessington and Hook. Broughton Amateurs over Boston Town. Tenterden Town beat Chestnut. Staffordshire Victoria over Dunkirk. Horndean take down Takeley. So quarterfinals of the Isuzu FA Vaz. Withenshaw Town will face Jersey Bulls. Bradley got Buckhurst Hill. Broughton Amateurs have got Tenterden Town. And Staffordshire Victoria will play Horndean. Lastly, let's look at Europe. Let's look at the Champions League, shall we? We'll start with the Conference League first. These should be getting into the playoff rounds. They are. We're into the knockouts. We're into the knockouts, everyone, of the competition. So, Mlada Boleslav over Sparta Prague right now, 2-1. That is the first round. I think they still have to play. Are these the second legs? These are the second legs, yeah. Okay. This doesn't seem right. Round of 16. Oh, the draw's not out yet. Okay. That's why. Okay. Cool. Dinamo Zagreb over Slovako 4-1. Almira beat VTSC 5-2. And then Sarajevo over Astana 2-1. Atalanta beats Kwiat 3-0. St. Gallen over Shamrock Rovers 5-1. Shelbourne over APOEL 3-2. Panathinaikos Downs Olympia Ljubljana 3-2. So, draws not out for the round of 16, but the seeds in the round of 16, AZ Alkmaar, Dynamo Kiev, Midtland, Nordsjælland, Hajduk Split, Lille, Odds from Norway. I don't know what Odds BK is. Maybe Aviva's here. He might be able to tell me. I'm not 100% sure. But Odds BK from Norway. Southampton from England. And then the seeded teams Atalanta, Panathinaikos, Sarajevo, Shelbourne, and St. Gallen. And then the unseeded teams Almira, Dynamo Zagreb, and Malda Boleslav. Odd Burger King? That's not Burger King. It's not Burger King. Odds Bold Club. Don't need Viva. Got you. Okay. So, you guys don't call them odds. Aren't they just called Bold Club in England? Or in Norway? I don't remember. I thought they were just shorted to Bada Club. Okay. Sure. No, that's OB in Denmark. Just odd. Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's okay. Just odd. Got you. Okay. Right. Thank you for that clarification as well, by the way. Right. You guys should also be done your second legs. You are. So, the Europa League. Brianza over Nantes. Legia Warsaw over FC Utrecht. That's actually a huge win for Warsaw. PSV get by Fenerbahce. Valencia down Genk. Slavia Prague over Sporting. That's actually a big win for Slavia Prague as well. Knockout Sporting. Copenhagen get by Shakhtar Donetsk. Wolfsburg beats Basel. And is that Crvena Zvezda over Lugano. So, round of 16. Monaco, Villa, Besiktas, Bologna, Leicester, PAOK, Schalke, Sevilla. And then the seeded teams, Brianza, Legia Warsaw, PSV Eindhoven, Valencia, Wolfsburg, unseeded teams Crvena Zvezda, Copenhagen, and Slavia Prague. Champions League, you guys should also be done your second legs, correct? Yes. No, you're not done your second legs yet. Okay. So, are you done? Is this one of those things where they're done some second legs and not others? Oh, fuck off. Uh, why is the schedule never the same across the three fucking competitions? Right. Um, So second leg, or I should say Champions League. Leipzig gets by Nice 4-3. Roma downs Dortmund 4-2. PSG is leading Galatasaray 2-0. Stuttgart and Inter Milan are tied at 2-all. Atletico Madrid is leading AC Milan 3-2. Arsenal gets by Olympia Marseille 4-1. Rennes is beating Benfica 1-0 after the first leg, and Real Sociedad downed Barcelona 3-2. So the round of 16, the seeds are Bournemouth, Chelsea, Bayern, Juventus, City, Newcastle, Real Madrid, Spurs, Galatasaray or PSG, Stuttgart or Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid or AC Milan, Rennes or Benfica, Arsenal, Leipzig, and Real Sociedad. The unseeded team right now is Roma. And that is a full Leagues in Focus. Savannah, wait, hold on. Crvena Zvezda or just Red Star? Zvezda, yeah. One thing at a time. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Let's keep moving on. 2 days to go until the next fixture. Silsden Reserves versus Mossley is in the league prior to that. That's such a great song. Whoa. Where you come from? Whoa. Where'd that come from? I don't know. I just had a sound blast in my ear. Is that Portishead? It was Portishead. Oh my god. Don't make me pull you in Discord, pronunciation guy. Hey! You know what? I had said on my stream, the longest save stream to be fair, which was I think Friday, right? Hey, bruv, listen, Viva, stop. I had said I was really going to struggle when I got to Europe, and specifically Eastern European countries and Southeastern European countries like Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Croatia, Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic. I was going to struggle with some Poland as well. I was really going to struggle. Ukraine. That's going to be the one area I really have trouble with. Like I'm in Korea right now. I can do pronunciations of Korea okay. You know, um, but once I hit those areas, my pronunciation is probably really going to struggle. France probably as well at some point. Because French is a language that it never sounds to an Englishman. It never sounds the way it's spelt. It's like I just don't worry, Benny. We still love you. I appreciate that, guys. Um, it's not without a lack of trying. There is a genuine effort. Okay, it's actually a genuine effort. It's not a blowover. You know what I mean? So. Right, Silsden Reserves hosting Mossley. Hilton in the 10th, Henry in the 11th, put Mossley 2-0 up. Cole got one back in the 55th for Silsden Reserves, and then Sorville slammed the door shut and added time in the second half. 3-1 for Mossley. They go back into the playoff spot by 3 points, awaiting the result of the Cross Seals game, and Silsden Reserves are still in 17th. But you also messed the English teams up. Because English, British English specifically, those town names they sound nothing like the way they're spelled. You can't tell me Worcester looks exactly how it sounds. Okay? Because we all know that shit don't. But I do okay with British names. So I'm surprised you pronounced Withenshaw right. Listen, I've been playing lower league save. I've been playing Football Manager for long enough to have gotten used to a little bit of it. Okay. Right. We are the marquee matchup. Why wouldn't we be? First versus second. North Walkden are the favorites, 8-11. We're 10-3. The draw 11-4. Pre-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Graham Underwood at Sky Sports. That was fucking nut. That was two questions, bro. Neither of which were about the game itself. Thanks. Cheers. Thank you very much. So. Do you guys remember Portishead at all? I don't want to say I forgot about Portishead, but I'm like, bro, I haven't heard Portishead in a while. Like, oof. So we drew last time too. Like this was, I was listening to "Numb" by Portishead, which is just a great. I don't know if the Phils play today, by the way. I'm seeing the MLB scores. I'm like, do the Phils play? Yeah, they actually kicked. They actually already. They're in the bottom of the first. All right. Right. Counter Logic FC under 18s enjoy big win over Earlham Steel Rangers under 18s. 5-1. Jack did play. He had two key passes. Did anyone not play? Who's a creative player? Creative, creative player. Creative player. Creative player. And creative player. Okay, so the only one that didn't play was Crack because he's hurt. So, Nana Muhammad in the 15th minute for the penalty marker. And then we were 1-0 up at the break. Anthony Brown in the 53rd made it 2. Liam Young in the 56th made it 3. Nana Muhammad in the 65th made it 4. Sam Doolin got one back in the final minute of the 90. And then Liam Young made it 5-1 with a goal in added time at the end of the second half. 5-1 we win. We are now 8 clear at the top of the under-18s league. Blockbuster! What's going on, man? How was your stream, brother? Let's give you a shout out. Oh, guys, brand new Football Manager streamer. Also plays Rainbow Six Siege. Give him a follow. The great Blockbuster. Also plays F1 Manager as well. I think you were playing on stream the other day. So, but give them a follow. They're almost affiliate as well. They are almost affiliate. They have the viewership. They just need the followers. So, give them a follow. Welcome in, everybody. So, we got North Walkden in a day. It's the biggest matchup of the season. And I mean the biggest matchup of the season. 2 points separate us at the top. We have a chance to go 5 clear if we manage to win. And there's only going to be, what, like 9 to play after this game? So, big opportunity. But welcome in, Raiders. My name is Benakage. This is a level 20 to the top using a community club and community players. And we're in level 10 now in our 11th season. We lost the First Division Cup on pens in the first round. And we're trying to win to go up to level 9 next season. And get in the FA Vase. We somehow, for some reason, weren't in it. Probably because we were newly promoted side. But, yeah, we weren't in it this season. Elsewhere around the league, Burskoff, 0-0 draw versus In Central. That's actually a really good point for them. Uh, Ince remains in 7th. Burskoff are still a point from safety now. Mainly because Clitheroe and Maine Road drew 1-1. Landers' 6-minute penalty for Clitheroe gave them the lead, but Jones in the 76th leveled it for Maine Road. They split the points. Had Maine Road lost, Burskoff would have jumped ahead on goal difference and out of the drop. But you were last playing Football Manager. Nice. How did the games go, Blockbuster? During your stream. So, um, still 1 point separating Main Road and Burskoff in the drop. Rams Bottom United Hursting Earlham. Reed's 10th minute goal, and then again in the 12th. Gave Rams Bottom United an early 2-0 lead. Keene got one back in the 35th. They went 2-1 at the break. And then Carroll in the 63rd, and Reed completing his hat trick from the penalty marker in the 69th. Meant Rams Bottom ran out 4-1 winners. They are up to 4th, or they remain in 4th. And Earlham are going to remain in 13th. They're only 2 above the drop now. So that's where they stand after that. Rams Bottom really solidifying that playoff place now. They're 7 points clear of 6th place Cross Hills. Cross Hills do have a game in hand, though. Didn't do any games. Was transfer window in the online save. Ah, yes. Nice. Okay. You were telling me about that. Nice. Did you sign any big players? Signed Ricci. Is that Huisen? And a couple of others. Huisen? I don't know how you pronounce that. Zig's probably like, Jesus Christ. Right. Huisen. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Hold on. Oh, man. I wasn't super far off from with Huisen, but yeah, Huisen. Gotcha. We're actually expected to lose. Okay. Cool. Twinkle's passed his fitness test. That's good news. There's your matchups for today. So, and let's get into it, shall we? We are going to mark Martin Vernon. Also Jake Deasy tightly. So, I think Twinkle, yeah, he's returning to full fitness in a day, but I do think he's good enough to start. I might bring him in off the bench. We're going to bring him in off the bench. Sam Wellman will get the start. Jack is still suspended because of yellow card accumulation. And everybody else looks good. Joe Jones, Charlie Wildman, Ben Bridley. McKendy, Joe Jones, Charlie Wildman, Twinkle, and Kevin Heinrich. Here we go. Into the game we go. I played that Portishead song. I was like, I don't know if you guys remember Portishead at all. Can't wait for my last day of secondary school and our version of high school. Nice. You know, it's so weird that we don't call it secondary school as well, that we just call it high school. Because you know what university or college is called here? It's called post-secondary education. So it's like, bro, it's already in the name. You know what I mean? You already call it something, you know? Like, it's whatever. They're 4-1-0 in their last 5. We are 5-0-0 in our last 5. Here we go. We'll do well. There we go. Well, here we go. We're in our 4-1-1-3-1. They are in our 4-3-3 diamond. Here we go. We are underway with this big matchup here. North Walkden and CLG FC. Third matchup of the stream. Anyways, I'd be lurking. I appreciate you, Viva. Thank you, man. The race is about to start, so I'd imagine you're popping off to go watch the F1, which is fair enough. Right. Bowman, Polian, back to Bowman, Briars, Davies over the top for DC. He's marked heavily. Perver gets the header. It's going to go out. Frack just keeps it from going out for a corner. Nicely done. Over to me. Spaps, good find. Spaps has to, he's pressured. He's going to peel it off the Frack. Back inside, Wellman, Snicky, going to be back for Wellman. Going over the top for Sheamus. Really good ball. Sheamus loses it to Bowman. That's shuffled out for a throw-in. They're in the blue with the white stripes. Or they're in the white with the blue stripes. We are in the red with the black. Cookies. Snicky. What's up, Timothy? Welcome in. Sheamus, was he offsides? No, he stayed on. Back inside. I'll give you a shout out in a second. Akoni-kun. Sheamus. Back to Akoni-kun. Inside. Snicky! Oh, it's saved. Oh, my God. Here's Sheamus. Whipped it in, headed up, not out. Briars heads it away. Perver's come down with it. Back for Frack. Frack. Look at the turn on it. Got Spaps. Good ball. Good turn from Cookies. That's advantage being played. The cross comes in. No foul in the box. Here's Sheamus headed away. Back inside for Wellman. Wellman cuts it back. Myself. Frack. Cuts, finds Cookies. Back to Frack. Here comes the cross. Akoni-kun can't win it. At corner kick. Here's Sheamus now. Whips this in. Parks sends it over the bar. I'll probably give you the shout out at halftime, Timothy. How you doing, man? How you been, though? What's new? Vernon back to Cox. I'm all good. Nice. Goodall. Briars. Keevan. He's going to go for goal. That took a big deflection. So it will be a corner. Nice, man. Started the Xbox Bulgaria save. Oh, Bulgaria. Oh, what a save from Brat. I've heard Bulgaria is a tricky league with the registration rules. I've heard it's a little bit tricky. I haven't played it myself, though, ever, so I couldn't tell you. That's over the bar. Cox has blocked the keeper's view. He's in all offsides position, so went away from England. That's good. It's always good to. So, the English leagues, the English lower divisions are a lot of fun. You know, like Vanarama up to even like Ishtman and things like that. Like up to championship are a lot of fun. Once you get into the championship, the fun starts to go away. For me, at least. You know. Like, the teams are just they have so much money, and they're so hard to beat as a promoted side. It just becomes a bit of a nightmare, you know? So, we're going to experience that in a few seasons, probably. Here's Sheamus, back post, can't win it. Keevan's going to head it away. Parks has got it, back to Perver. Back to Parks. Can he send somebody down? He's looking to send Sheamus. Did he stay on sides is the question. Sheamus. Back for Parks. Yes, he did. Back for Sheamus. Good ball in. Nobody on the back post, but it is a corner. So, but I like those more open leagues. You know, Bulgaria, Korea, Malaysia, Singapore. You know, leagues like that are a little bit more open. A lot of fun. Peru as well. Peru's just fucking mental. IRL and in-game, Peru is a mental place. I'm going to click do that. Okay, cool. Right. Here comes the cross. It's headed away. It's offsides. Offsides on Smaps. Pretty quick first half, all things considered. Robinson going with Slavia Sofia. Nice. How's it gone? Have you started the season yet, or are you still in the off season? So, might stream Siege tomorrow. Seems to get the most viewers. Pretty fun, especially when I die. Siege is fun. Siege is a fun game. I don't play it, but it's a decent game. So, Siege is probably the best hero-related game that there is. Like, I'm not big on the whole champion/hero game, like League of Legends, Overwatch, Valorant, Siege. I'm not big on Quake Champions. I'm not big on that style of stuff. But of those 5, I would say, Deadlock, another one. I would say Siege is probably the best game of them. I think the worst is probably either Overwatch or Valorant. One of the two. So. Overwatch, because the game's just boring. Overwatch is just boring. I'll have to watch the F1, have fun with the rest of it. Valorant's terrible, I agree. Thank you very much, Moss, man. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy the F1. I hope the race is great for you. So hard. I just think it's too many sweats. Same problem. Same problem that CS has. And Valorant, because it's hero-based, skill isn't 100%. Sticky! Skill isn't 100%. In CS, you only go as far as your skill. That's not necessarily the case in Valorant because you have champions with different abilities and stuff like that. So I feel the same way about League. League is an interesting game. I don't know why you took that first time, Sheamus. But, yeah, that's why I kind of stopped playing multiplayer games. That's why I stopped playing PUBG. It's why I stopped playing just a lot of different multiplayer games, I just want to play with people that aren't going to take the game super serious and grind it 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 0-0 at the break. They've been limited to 0.17 XG. We've had 0.79 and a majority of the possession. They're playing well. We are playing well. Akoniku's been booked. I've got to tell him to ease off tackles. But it's still anyone's game. That's the problem. That's an early corner for North Walkden. By all means, people are allowed to play a game however much they want to. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't or anything like that. I'm just saying as a casual, it kind of ruins the experience for me. Being thrown into a COD lobby where people are college kids that can play it 6 to 10 hours a day, it doesn't really create a great environment. You know what I mean? To play the game in. I saw somebody say they should just make over 30 lobbies, and it's only for people over 30 who have to work a full-time job and play this in their spare time. And I'm like, those would probably be the most fun lobbies, period. That set it away. That's going to be a throw. They had a tournament like that once from Pittsburgh Knights. Pittsburgh Knights ran, I think it was a Valorant or a CS tournament. I couldn't remember one. But it was called the Boomer Bowl. And you had to be over 30 to enter the competition. You weren't allowed to be younger. So, and I'm like, that's great. See, I love that. That's cool. Headed up and over by Sheamus, and that is a goal kick. Right, we need to think about our substitutions. Sheamus, Spaps, and Snicky and Frack are all not playing great. Snicky's down now to a 6.3. So sub number 1 is the guy who scores the goals when we need it. Simon, penalty. No, he's offsides. No. It's Simon Roger Mukendi. He scores the big goals whenever we need a big goal. And he's now on the pitch. This could be something that solidifies his legacy. Here's Spaps. Spaps takes it. Is he gonna cut back? Wellman just hit that over. Okay, he's got 2 first names. He's got 2 first names. Simon Roger Mukendi. He's got 2 first names. Sheamus is coming off for Joe Jones. That is not a good giveaway. Polian is off to the races. Can we catch him? Oh, no, Reese! And it's over the top. We got bailed out there. That was a really good opportunity for them. Bradley, by the way, are smoking Almondbury 6-1. So, we need to pause and think here for a second. I have Twinkle, who's on the bench, and I also have Charlie Wildman. Now, I might slot. Charlie Wildman plays AMC. I want to bring him on for Spaps, since Spaps is not particularly having a great game. But I don't really have a way to, like Charlie, you don't really play anything but AMC and Striker. So it might have to be Charlie Wildman goes up top, McKendy slides back to the left, Jones moves into position for Spaps. That's what it might have to be. Actually, Spaps. So that is the other option that I have, is that they slide back to the left. Somebody please tackle him. Reese is going for the back post. That's up and over. We're going to shout some encouragement. That got everybody happy. And here we go. Parks, Wellman, back to Parks, the Whipton. Spaps is there, back post. Spaps! Oh my God, it's just over the top. I kind of wanted to keep McKendy up front. I think that's what we're going to do. I think Jones is going to slide over to the right. McKendy's going to slide into the left. And Charlie Wildman is going to come up top. And we're making another offensive sub, our final. I would have scored that. VAR. That's taking a deflection. McKendy, he's headed it just wide. We've made all three of our substitutions now. Here's Polian. Vernon. DC. Keevan. Oh, what a goal. Fucking hell. Brott is an excellent keeper, but I do not know how he's been beat on that one. A wonder goal from Keevan. And they've taken the lead. Like, Brott is such a good keeper. Look at that keeper stats. And yet, we're losing. Now I've gone very attacking because we need to pick it up. How bad was Spaps' miss? That is a foul, and Vernon should be booked. That was definitely stopping a promising attack. He is booked, yes. Here we go. Parks whips this in. Penalty! Fouled in the box. I'm going to step up. A big moment here. We're back level. Holy moly. What a pen. Yeah, that's a great pen. When it hits the inside netting, like not the back of the net, but when it hits like the inside the side netting but on the inside of the goal first, that's a great pen. Right. Big. I was wondering what the notification I got on Discord was, and that was the GM room just opened. Well, they're playing a GM game today in Pangya at 2. Cool as a cucumber. Here's DC. We got to defend, man. We got to defend. Reese, that's just over the top. How much time? 5 minutes of added time. And they've got the ball. I don't like this. Gray's here. Brott goes. He's grabbed it. Come on, Brotwall. Yes. Frack with a throw. Jones back to Frack. He was on sides. Back. McKendy's there. McKendy. It goes over him. Mukendi's fouled, and we've got a free kick in a dangerous area now. Added time at the end of the second half. Parks whips this in. Backbones. Jones! It was a hard angle. He's really good in the air, but we couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Here's Vernon. Bowman. 7 away fans traveled with for this game. Reese. Polian. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Here's the ball. Reese, that's over the top. 2 minutes of added time. Perver goes long. Wildman can't win it. Wildman was offsides. 30 seconds left. They've got the ball. Goodall, Vernon. Here comes the cross. Polian back post. Polian's handled the ball, and the referee is probably going to book him for it. Yes, he is. Polian's been booked. This is probably the full-time whistle here. Pervert, me, cookies, Wellman. Yeah. 1-1 in the end. It's okay, in all honesty. They're really good this year. Chris Keevan's 79th minute wonder strike canceled out by my 84th minute pen, and we'll split the points 1-1. We drew 2-2 in the first fixture, so we split the points. Which is fine. It means we remain only 2 points at the top. They are a fucking tough team to beat, that's for sure. So, you know, a big draw for both sides. They're still in the fight. It means they're still in the hunt, and we may at least maintain top spot. Right. Almondbury Wolfpack hosting Bradley. What an absolute blitz from Bradley. Mason's second minute penalty. Lewis in the 6th. Campbell in the 15th made it 3-0. Morin in the 38th got one back for Almondbury Wolfpack before Lewis again in the 42nd made it 4-1 at the break. Second half, Lewis in the 51st and again in the 61st. Lewis had 4 goals on the afternoon for Bradley. That moved their goal difference actually better than us. Their goal difference is plus 50 now. And they gained 2 points on us, so now they're only 4 back. 6-1 winners for Bradley. Almondbury Wolfpack will slide into 11th. Bickerstaff hosting FC Isle of Man. Ward's 4th minute goal before his 43rd minute strike gave Bickerstaff, sandwiched in between a Taylor penalty in the 25th minute, gave Bickerstaff the 2-1 lead at the break. Second half, Ward completed his hat trick in the 52nd. Hunter 2 minutes later got one back for FC Isle of Man, but within the remaining 35 minutes they could not find a equalizer. It's a little over 35 minutes, but still they couldn't find an equalizer. Bickerstaff with a big win. They move up to 9th now, and FC Isle of Man remain in 8th. They're now 7 points back of the playoff places, which is not ideal for them. Cross Hills hosting Lancaster. What a bad draw for Cross Hills. Knight's 20th minute goal and Collins' 23rd minute goal put them 2-0 up the break. Second half, Roberts in the 66th. Prescott in the 82nd. And Lancaster will take a point against a playoff potential candidate here in Cross Hills, who now fall 2 points back of the playoff places from Mossley. Lancaster, it's a good draw, but they're still 9 points adrift from safety. Finally, Sutton Reserves hosting Squires Gate. Murphy in the 38th minute from the penalty marker is canceled out by Swales' penalty in the added time at the end of the first half. 1-1 at the break they go. Second half, Holmes in the 64th minute and Dodd in the 73rd put Sutton Reserves up 3-1. Kennedy then scored an added time at the end of the second half. And a minute later, even deeper into added time at the end of the second half, Tennant got one back for Squires Gate, but by then the game was gone. It's 4-2 for Sutton Reserves over Squires Gate. Big win for Sutton Reserves, by the way, which lifts them up to 31 points. They leapfrog Burskoff to go into 15th. They are now level on points with Main Road, only in the drop on a goal difference. Squires Gate only a point ahead of safety right now in 12th. Look at this league table real quick by the top. By the way, there are 3 clubs clawing it out for a title right now. Us, North Walkden, and Bradley. 4 points separate us. There's 9 to play. And then there's really three, maybe four clubs who are really fighting for the final playoff spot. Mostly Cross Hills and in Central FC Isle of Man kind of as well, but they're 7 back now. And then at the bottom half of the table, 12th through 17th are only separated by 4 points. It's a hell of a scrap down there. Almondbury Woolpack is also only 5 points clear of the drop when you think about it that way as well. So 11th through 17th is only separated by 8 points if you include Almondbury Woolpack in there. So it's a hell of a scrap right now down at the bottom of the table and for the title. Really, both ends of the table have two huge fights going on for points. Post-match press conference. We'll kick this off with the first question from Paul Finch at the Football Ramble. Confidence is sky high. Smile. I've seen nothing that would make me think we're taking things for granted. This run can last as long as we want to. Even though he scored an absolute beauty. That's for sure. And that is that. I mean, it was a great goal. To be fair to him, right? 7 unbeaten in the league now since our loss, and we remain top by 2. Thank you so much for those on YouTube who joined us for episode 236. We're back. We now have 7 games against bottom half opponents, and then we play Bradley in the penultimate game of the season, and then we finish it up against I don't even know who. So if you look at the schedule real quick after the save completes, right? We've got 16th, 15th, 6th. Okay, so Cross Hills is the only Almondbury will so 11th, 10th, 14th. So we have one team in the top half of the table over the next 7 games. Oh, we have Bickerstaff as well. Bickerstaff are just in the top half. So we have 2 top half teams, 9th and 6th, right? So no playoff teams, by the way. And then we have Bradley. And then we have the worst team in the league, Lancaster, who are probably already going down, in all honesty. So, should be good. We've got a huge game against Bickerstaff, and then Cross Hills is forward way, but we have to keep the pace against the teams in the bottom half. If we can do that, we'll give ourselves a chance. The Bradley game at the end of the season could be absolutely huge, because if this 2-point gap, which is basically stayed at 2 points for much of the season, remains, and we do not beat Bradley, let's say we draw, North Walkden, depending on goal difference, could be right there with us going into the last game of the season. If we lose to Bradley, North Walkden will have a chance to go top of the table. So it's coming down to the wire, I think, this season. Anyway, thank you for watching on YouTube. We will see you in the next episode. Until then, take care.